Excellent day. How was
What's
your
this?
day?
Busy. Started off with some pickleball, which was fun. And then did some work.
Yeah.
And here we are. But I love the art behind us. And I wanted.
I put it. The collection is colorful. It says colorful.
I love it. I like the art before this. So welcome to Holli and Robert.
You can figure out who's who. Let's put our names up there.
There we are. Ta-da, ta-da. Really,
Voila.
ta-da. Voila, voila, ta-da.
I'm sporting
So-
my Delaware, my blue hen.
Yes, you are. Robert's a blue hen. I don't know if you talk about that much when we go live.
I have talked about that I'm a blue hen. You wouldn't know it by looking at me.
What do blue hens look like?
I don't know.
Blue.
Me. Some of them look like me.
So, what I love about Hump Day is,
Besides the obvious.
besides the obvious, is we release a new episode of Between Over and Next every Tuesday.
Pre-hump day. Oh, and let me make an announcement. You don't even know about this.
Oh,
We're live on Twitch for the first time. Whatever the hell that means.
well, we
And
can
we
credit
were-
why. You don't want to
Well,
credit why?
yes,
we can thank the person that may have introduced
I
us
have
to Twitch.
recently. Well, I mean, I've known about Twitch, but it was just very funny today because we tuned in
to a live
a live webcast
at 4 o'clock today. 4 o'clock Eastern.
Was it 18 years? He said 16 years.
18 years
since Gary
has produced his first internet appearance.
Right, Wine Library.
Very
TV.
first. Today is the actual anniversary
Yeah.
of the first day. We should tag Gary, and maybe some of Gary's people
Yeah.
will decide that they'd like to be part of our world too.
Yeah.
But it was really cool, though. It was fun to watch. And there was, he was really, it was,
caused Jeff to twitch.
you're twitching.
Thank you, Jeff.
Oh, well, let me tell you, I love Twitch. You know what? Okay, so that was Twitch TV and cool. And Robert said it was something that was with StreamYard, so that makes sense that you
No.
would include. Didn't
Well,
you?
no, there's an integration.
Right, that's what I
There's
meant.
an integration
That's
via
what I meant.
StreamYard.
Okay. I'm going to itch on my nose.
So I didn't, Gary was on.
Would you stop moving that, please?
Well,
Thank
I'm doing
you.
a little thing.
Well, now you
Okay.
have, Jeff. Now you've heard of
So,
Twitch TV.
So it was very interesting because he was pushing everyone over there to go over to Twitch. I checked it out. It seems to be a very much like gamers. Like you play
Okay.
your game and people watch you while you play.
I am sure that he understands the
And I don't think like
audience's-
Tetris. Like people aren't playing Tetris.
But I'll give you know what? He was talking about
So we
his...
said, what the heck? The integration is here. So we click
Okay.
the button and we're live on Twitch.
And
for the
he was
first
talking
time.
about wine, which I said to Robert before we came live that we should talk about the wine we're drinking, but we're not. But we'll dedicate a live to some of the wine that we drink because we really enjoy the wine that we drink. And most of the time it is curated collection by our son Alex from Cambridge Wine.
Thank you,
Shout out to Cambridge. So, one more shout out about Twitch because I loved Twitch. May his memory be for a blessing.
Twitch. Oh, the DJ.
Yeah. Well, he was also on
DJ.
So You Think You Can Dance. He was a judge. And he was one of the contestants many years ago and won. An incredible talent. I mean, it is just awful when I think that he's not on this planet because he really was a vibrant, talented human.
So
So that made me think of Twitch,
yes.
actually.
Right.
Other than going like this. I don't know. Should I twitch a little? Do you think twitches would get us more followers?
I think you're thinking about twerking. Is that what you're
No,
thinking about?
that's like with my butt. Okay, so talking about Twitch to Twitter to twerking, not Twitter. Why did I say Twitter? I said Twitter because it's just another channel, right?
There's no more Twitter. It's X.
It's X.
now.
It's X.
And we're live on X too.
Woo! Okay, well, X is. You know what's interesting?
go
X.
ahead,
No,
tell
you
me.
should have learned what X is actually last night. I'm going to give a shout out to our friend Stacy. My friend Stacy and Robert met Stacy last night. Went to a really fun event last night.
We went to a podcaster meetup.
A networking and learning opportunity, and it was a bunch of us podcasters getting together. I loved being in person, although there were more people actually.
There were more people on.
They came on virtually,
Zoom, yeah.
And it was a really great turnout and a great new beginning, which we love. But Stacy, go ahead. Talk about her CX brand and logo.
Customer experience.
You will not think X is experience. Right. So I love that letter because we're all about the experience.
Yeah.
The event experience, the podcast experience, the video experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So talk about experience. Listen, the one thing that is...
That's cool.
Oh, that's just great.
That's funny.
What is that?
That's really funny.
That is a...
Move to the side so he's right there.
That is a man with a beard and a tongue sticking out. How long is your tongue? You know what? Maybe that will get us more followers. Put your tongue out as far as it can go.
You're not talking to me. All right, Gene Simmons.
Well, I can touch my nose. Watch.
Okay, you are incredibly talented.
So today's episode, we're going to talk about how to embrace change, unlock the power of your passions, and just navigate through life's many, many transitions. That is what we're going to talk about today.
Well, you know
because what I mentioned earlier is we released our latest podcast with Sue Monheit, who is awesome. And that episode is called From Personal Passions to Profitable Pursuits. So what were you going to say?
Those are like rhyming things.
What were you going to say, and what are you going to say about the power of empowering change, seizing opportunity?
Well, no, that it's very interesting how our minds, as well as our social media feeds, change when we start focusing on something, right?
Like what?
And like these last months, as we started to produce Between Over and Next, our focus has really been on the pivot, on life's turns and things, right? And it's so interesting how in our day-to-day travels now, we're so much more aware of people talking about pivoting.
Everybody.
And picking up on that just in conversations and the way people use their words.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
It's very,
it's
woven.
It's woven into the conversation.
Right. So it happens in your social feed as you click on stuff or search for stuff, then suddenly it's there, in sponsored ads. But in our everyday life, I think as we focus on things, right? As we manifest things, they come into our world.
But we also but we also realize that this has always been happening. We just didn't put a lens on it about the power of the pivot, right?
Right.
And with each pivot comes an opportunity for reinvention and growth. So that's what the episode that we have with Sue yesterday is really all about. Because together with Sue, we leveraged a new market in the digital space.
Yep.
And we helped, Sue's main business with Gift Biz Unwrapped, right, is guiding hobbyists to commercialize their crafts. And
we had lots of different people that were part of that. And I mean, it was a variety of people who came into our world.
Wonderful. And we love that. We love the people that we meet and have yet to meet. And
a variety of products.
But the other thing, Sue,
we got a Baba Zuzu email today.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, if you go to the episode, you will see me put on my Baba Zuzu hat. Robert actually, I'm going to do a shout out here. Robert actually, and I don't know why there wasn't, we didn't say it out loud, but you were playing with the, I think it's G. Jules
The
wine magnets,
jewel,
which are so beautiful.
Yeah.
But then we talked about Lock and Key Remedies and Cassie's Country Cupboard, and we also talked about.
Oh wait, you know what? I'm gonna.
What?
I'm gonna let me.
What are you doing?
I have to go check on.
Really, Robert? Okay, so then
on the potatoes. So you keep talking.
Really?
Hang on.
Wait.
I'm gonna take them into the kitchen.
You're doing You knew you were gonna do this, huh?
No, I'm just doing this.
I can't. I don't. Oh my God! Look at this. Look at what he's doing. He's pulling back the curtain. I'm watching. First of all, I usually get a front row seat every time he's cooking. I love you. You are so cool. Look what he's doing. Look at those amazing potato wedges, everybody. Can I keep talking about our topic?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because the other thing Sue does, and we do together during the podcast, from personal passions to profitable pursuits, and it's episode 6. If you go to hollyandrobert.com to the podcast page, you will find that latest episode along with the other episodes we've released since last month. But we really do talk about savoring the everyday pleasures that contribute to a well-rounded life. So their personal contentment matters, innovation matters. And as Robert and I are navigating the space between over and next with you, more things that to encourage you and inspire you to go to Sue's the podcast where she's a featured guest is really, we talk about the power of adaptability. Mm-hmm. We talk about the power of action and also appreciation, because all of them propel us towards our happiest at every age and stage.
Yeah.
So overall, I just want to just say a few things.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Jeff. Went from shed to crib. I love our crib. I love it, love it, love it. And I love what you just did, by the way.
Did you?
I did. I did. I know I talked while you were doing that, but I love, you are such an amazing...
If you only knew what buttons to press here.
No, I have no idea, but you are an amazing producer. And you're also, I love that you have the vision to share and to bring everybody in to our lives, which is kind of cool.
Well, the potatoes are almost done.
Okay. I'm just going to go over a few of the things that you should think about. Okay. Number one, it's about understanding change.
Okay.
Right? So, number one, it's a natural, inevitable part of our life. And once you understand that it is, it will reduce stress and anxiety.
Yeah, it's like trying to...
and like, fear, and reduce fear, because there's so much fear out there.
It's like, again, to me, it all boils down to, why get stressed about what you can't control?
But change is inevitable.
Correct. So it's how you deal with change.
And
you manage change.
And learning to recognize the opportunities in the midst of change. Because those shifts in your life can help lead to personal growth and new beginnings. And are we not all about new beginnings?
We are.
And by the way, if you go to the episode 5, you'll learn about our new beginnings as we transitioned, moving from Livingston to Florham Park.
Right.
Because
what changed, what stayed the same.
Lots of change, but...
And a lot the same.
And, things that we negotiated.
And you know what? And we figured out more than ever when we did that, you can't change everything. You should never change everything in your life, because you need what's the same to balance what's new.
And also that'd be too abrupt.
There are some people that...
You want a smooth transition, right?
Pardon me.
Okay, so you also want to identify your passions, because they can be your guiding light, right? And
that's the thing, I think, that as listen, a lot of times your passion doesn't develop and surface until later in life. But I think good advice to young people is always be searching for your passion.
But it'll help you make those decisions, and it will also help you pursue the changes you want in your life. So the other thing is about adapting to transitions. Because, as we said, we're talking about having a smooth transition. Mm-hmm. There are those that may get a new job, maybe moving to a new city or a new home, wherever that is in the world, or even starting a new relationship. So adaptability is a really important part of that. And we've been adapting as we launched HolliandRobert.com, as we launched our new podcast. We are figuring out the best possible way to serve you. So your feedback and input matter to us. Please know that, okay? Because the content we share on the podcast, the people that you may connect us with, that may be featured guests that we can consider to be part of our podcast, that matters to us because it really is the power of our stories. So the other thing that happens with embracing change and seizing opportunities is about resilience, Robert, right? Because it makes you stronger.
Yeah. And it's funny how you were, when you said a second ago about, new beginnings. Like, I think we have had more new beginnings as we got older. And you would think just the opposite would be true, right? The new beginnings are when you're young. And yes, you have those new beginnings, but, that should never stop. New beginnings should never stop.
But you know what? That's about, and I think there's something comes with experience, is about cultivating a positive mindset that embraces change rather than dreading it.
Sure, because if it's like being upset with the weather every day. You can't control the weather. You can't control
it, right?
Change is going to happen. Sometimes it's drastic change. Sometimes it's gradual change. But as you know, change is change. Even if it's gradual, you're still going from point A to point B to point C, right? It's just how long does it take to get there? So, some people do better with drastic change and just say, okay, boom, this happened,
like cold
now
turkey,
I'm going to
right, and I'm
do
going to
this.
But there's also a lot of fear, behind change. So in order to transform the fear of the unknown, right, what you need to do is have actionable steps. So I think it would be, meaning, what are your goals? Identify your goals, plan, right? Not all change could be planned for, right? Like COVID was not something that, you could plan for, right? But if you think about creating a plan, which we are also in the process of doing, making sure we streamline what we do and how we do it, is when you create a plan, you have a better sense of control.
I should have planned this better. I'm just going to go shut the oven off.
All right. Well, we're going to be having dinner shortly, but thank you for being my amazing cook and chef, Robert. But so you want to transform your fear into action. There is power behind the art of planning, right? Because you want to have a sense of control and purpose when navigating new waters. And this is something that I want to encourage and inspire all of you that have tuned in to do. Because this is a very, very important, vital part of our lives, is celebrating the milestones. I can't emphasize it enough that every step forward, every step, no matter how small it may seem, you have to embrace the journey of change.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Celebrate you. Celebrate whatever you accomplished. Do not focus on the negative. Do not focus on what you didn't do. Focus on the positive and what you do. And I am going to take my own advice because I am very often overwhelmed by the to-do list, personally and professionally. But you need to give yourself permission to accept the successes that you have accomplished in any given moment, hour, and or day. And I promise you, we should be doing that more often. I promise you, they will collectively be compounded and add up to what you want to be possible, what you want to achieve, what you want to succeed, what you want to happen in this world. So I hope that change, you have less fear surrounding it.
That's perfect.
And we're at 20 minutes and 49 seconds, which you know what's my goal number? Come on, what's my number?
11.
What's my number?
22.
Yeah.
How do you like my new glasses? How do they look?
I love them. So you probably all didn't notice because they're the same shape
subtle.
frame, but it's two colors. They're so fabulous. There's like a bluish, right? Would you call it a blue?
Yeah, something blue they call it.
Wait, they called it what blue? Peacock? No. So it's a tortoise, which I love, and blue. And talk about change. We went to Warby Parker. We love Warby Parker.
I hadn't changed my prescription in quite a while, so I was
too long. But the
due.
change again.
And it's amazing.
Change.
I put them on, and I couldn't believe it. But Holly is more beautiful with my new glasses.
Then you wonder why
Clear.
why do you wonder I keep him as my co-host? I mean, really? So with that, we leave you with a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are on the globe. And we're going to be back real soon.
Whether you like it or not.
Enjoy the rest of your day with lots of love. Kiss me.
See ya.